Hello, everybody. Welcome back again to Biggest Gospel Show. And happy new month, November. Happy new month. Today's topic is going to be a silver lining. Our silver lining. The term silver lining is a consoling or hopeful prospect in a seemingly negative situation. A few days ago, someone inquired about my calligraphy services. I am an artist, as some of you might know, blessed in the writing skill, and so she needed someone to write on invitation cards. And so I was excited. She inboxed me and then she said, I was told that do such a thing. Are you able to do it? And I said, oh yeah, I am. I'm down with it. And so she just came back a few minutes later and then she told me, this is not what the client is looking for. So I don't know whether it was a font or anything. Anyway, my mind was now swirling and getting flashed down this pit of self-pity. And I'm like, why did I even waste my time? Why did she even come? God, I hope. Self-control. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Anyway, the Holy Spirit was able to open up my eyes and said, hey, before you start complaining, look at the good side. This lady came up and said, I was recommended by someone, right? That simply means she got to know about me through someone else. That means my name is being mentioned in rooms I haven't stepped in. And I don't know whether maybe it was someone I did services for. Maybe it was someone who was gifted a thing that I made by my anointed hands. So I decided to thank her and say, thank you for reaching out. Maybe she had another option. Maybe there could have been other people she would have texted first, but she still came to me first. She still inboxed me first. So I was able to see a consoling and hopeful, prospect through the seemingly negative, dark clouds. And I thank God for it. And I was blessed at heart. I was what's the word? I was overjoyed and thrilled about it. Let's journey through the Bible and see which other people were able to see hopeful and consoling prospects in what happened to them. Of course, Joseph is my favorite character. This guy has been sold by his brothers. Big. But then, at the end of it all, he looks back and notices that, what? As it says in Genesis chapter 50, I think verse 10, verse 20 to 21, or verse, I think it's verse 20. And it says, though you meant it for evil, God turned it for your good. These people sold him to Egypt. He goes as a slave. He works in as a slave, and then he's sold into prison, and then interprets the dreams of some guy who goes and works in the palace. And then the Pharaoh has a dream, and he needs an interpreter. And Joseph shows up, and then he interprets the dream, and then he's promoted. He's the governor. He's like the prime minister. He's the second in command after the king. And now when famine hits, his family, his brothers come with their wives and sons and daughters, and they are going to starve. And look at him, there he is, all jeweled and ornamented. He cannot be recognized. He could have done anything evil he wanted. If you notice, he had tried, I think. Of course, let me have my revenge. You know how he puts a silver cup and then he's trying to accuse them, and then he's telling them, you got in prison. He tried, but then he looked back and said, you know what? If I had not been sold by you guys, all of us could have been dead. I'm now here, I'm in power, and you can have a lot, for what to eat. And even the Pharaoh ends up giving them the finest of the land. You see, he was able to see the silver lining in the whole of this slavery thing, in the whole of what seemed to have been bad. Jonah was sold by a big fish for 3 days. Oh my God, why is God so rude? But check, if he had not been swallowed, he would not have been vomited by the fish in Nineveh, and then he wouldn't have preached to them, and then they would not have repented. They could have died. God's wrath would have come upon them and they would have died. Now, the silver lining is, of course, that even if the bad fish which hadn't brushed for many days, and then Jonah is sleeping in the stomach, if the silver lining is this guy was still able to reach them and save them, okay, through his preaching. I have my best friend called Sam, as many of you, or some of you could have known. He passed on in April, but then it's hard for you to say Romans 8:28, and all things work together for the good of those who love them, who are called according to his purposes. You're like, God, how is this supposed to work out for my good? Maybe it's not supposed to work out for your good, but then for the other person's good. Because I remember seeing Sam many times in hospital when he was having these sickle cell episodes and attacks. And then I know we had Holy Communion. Yes, we believed actually. We did believe. But then when he died, of course, many of us are sad and are crying. And some people are like, oh my God, I was not there to say goodbye. Yes, I know how hard it can be. But then I'm happy for Sam that he's not going to go through all these episodes that he has gone through for over 25 years, pain and bones aching and rib cages hurting. I saw the silver lining that, you know what? Because what's happening is many of us are selfish and are like, oh my God, he would have stayed. Yes, okay, like you just wanted him to be around for you. You didn't experience, you don't know, you may never understand the excruciating pain, incessant pain that he was always going through. So I saw the silver lining. I said, you know what, God, I know he's chilling with you in heaven. Y'all are making fun. Oh my God, Sam used to laugh. Y'all are laughing down on us here on earth. I made peace with it. Silver lining, the hopeful perspective, the good thing, the good side of things, in the bad. Of course, there's a whole different story of how that would have come out, but I'm grateful. I decided to see the good side. So I'm here to encourage you, to ask you, what good are you going to see? Or, okay, I'm not asking you, I'm praying that the Holy Spirit and the Spirit of wisdom will settle down on you to be able to open up your eyes to the consoling or hopeful prospects to whatsoever you would have gone through. In October last year, me and my friend called Mali, we set up a company, platform for social media management, and then there is this company that hired us to create content for them. They needed to do a campaign, and we didn't know many of them, so foolishly, we went on throughout with the project. We showed them the slides, the everything. We kept on going for 2 weeks, doing back-to-back, endless sweating work. And then after the final presentation, they said, we shall call you. Guys, they didn't call us. They stole the idea and took off. Yes, and there's nothing could do it. But then hopeful, consoling perspective, all of that was, we learned that this is business and not everyone is a Christian. Not everyone is going to be kind or good to you. Look at my hair going out of line. Not everyone is going to be kind or good to you. So we learned that before we carry on to the next client that may come, they should be able to pay some sort of commitment fee, so that if you decide to take off with our stuff, at least we've been able to receive back some little profit. Some of the transport, because the previous job we spent transportation time, we incurred a lot of money and then it went down to zero. But now we learned. So see the good side of things. See how all these things are going to work together for your good, for you are called according to the calling of the Lord and are loved by Him. So I pray for you. I pray that the Lord may teach you and show you a silver lining in any seemingly bad thing that might happen to you, so that you may learn from it and be able to be builded unto a proper, better Christian, better daughter or son to the Most High, and that your character may be built. Your character may be built into a better person, better than who you were yesterday, a learned person, equipping you for whatever thing, purpose, calling, or job God might have for you. I don't know. And because why? Because it will all work out for your good either way. That's His word, and we are testing and we're going to prove it. It's being proven, and it is. I think my words are over, and I'm trying to make this sound more spiritual. Yes, wow. Thank you for watching, guys. May God show the silver lining in whatever situation that you may be going through, or that could have happened. Because He says He's a master flipper. Thank you, Holy Spirit. God is a master flipper, that even when the enemy has come in to cause distraction, to steal, kill, and destroy, God will be like, my friend, okay, you do whatever danger you want to do. Then God is going to come back, flip them tables, and make even that evil, the bad stuff that the devil intended to hurt you, is going to make them turn around. And the evil that the devil would have intended for them to bring to you will not even fully manifest, but instead it shall be glorious good, and you give glory back to your Father in heaven for loving you. All right then, bye bye, see you tomorrow soon. Yeah, see you.